Camera number 93 of 365, and it's the Canon FTQL. Totally manual camera, requiring only a 1.3 volt battery to power the meter, which is through the lens. To put the battery in, we simply unscrew this battery lid, and then there's the battery. I think it's can't quite see that, but it's a 1.3 volt battery, and we place the positive terminal outermost, and then screw the lid back on. Go. And then once our battery is in, we can do a battery test with little around the collar of the rewind crank. There's the battery test, and then the needle, which is the light meter needle, will deflect upwards. The more up is the fact that the battery is okay. If it goes down below the 0, which is the point at which we try and get our meter needle to focus in on, it's an underpowered battery, so you may want to use a new one. Shutter speeds around the dial here go from 1/1000th of a second to B, and then to input our film speeds, beg your pardon, we just simply lift the collar and rotate it. Film advance and film counter, and then the shutter actuation, and it does feature a locking mechanism where we can make sure that we don't activate the camera by accident. Looking at the front, it's a breech mount lock lens mount, and I've got a 50mm FL 1.8 lens, and we simply rotate and take off. See that the mirror is in the up position. Let's just put it down. There we go. Looking through the viewfinder, there is a central, you might just be able to make it out there in the reflection in the mirror. There's a little area in the middle, presumably the area where the light meter measures the scene, but also doubles up as our area that we can focus in on as well. As I mentioned, the mirror lock-up mechanism, that should go down, but it doesn't, so it's obviously got caught under there. There we go. Okay. On the other side of the camera, this is the the lever that we can use to activate our light meter. We can actually lock the light meter on, and that's a very useful feature, because it means then we can use FD lenses as well. So let's just put the lens back on. There we go. And then, as you can see, hopefully when we press the meter, it closes down to our aperture and then can measure the exposure correctly. Or if we leave it on, it leads it on, and then it will close down. And the same effect would be seen with if we set the lens on to manual. And to put film in, we have the lock for the film chamber, needs to be wound out, and then we can put our film. Quick release mechanism, and a little note there of historical interest that this was repaired by Bournemouth Photographic. Doesn't give me a date. That would have been really interesting, but there you go. A little bit of historical interest there. So putting closing the door, we just need to lock it, and that's it. As far as, let's just turn that back off, as far as camera number 93 goes, a Canon FTQL.